Welcome to the country, where we do country things. And on today's video, I'm going to try to answer a few questions I've been getting about Bo here. And I realized that I haven't really gone through his background at all since I started this channel. And he's kind of the mascot for the channel. So I want to go through a few things today. I got a lot of new subscribers that really haven't seen him before or haven't seen him very much. So we're going to address a few things that people have brought up in the comments. So to start off with, Bo is a going on 5-year-old whitetail buck. So he'll be 5 years old, I think, towards the end of May. He is a bottle-fed buck, so we raised him on a bottle after his mother rejected him. So he is very tame, easy to work with, easy to manage, as you can tell in all the videos. He's also a Boone and Crockett buck. He scored 183 inches with his 4th set of antlers. And he has a couple of issues caused by a virus that he contracted when he was a year old. Now there's 2 viruses that deer really have a hard time with, and that's blue tongue virus, which is what he had, and then the EHD virus, which is epizootic hemorrhagic disease, which causes hemorrhages and bleeding, and pretty much is 100% fatal once they contract that the EHD. Now the blue tongue is similar, but it's a little bit different, and it affects their, like the name states, it affects their tongue and it affects their feet due to high fever when they get the virus. So it makes their tongue swell up and they're not able to eat or drink. And during the time that they're fighting the virus, they get a real high body temperature, and that has something to do with the way he walks. His feet may be sore all the time. He has some swelling in his hocks a lot of times. And I think that's just, from what I've read, mainly from the fever that he had during the battle with the blue tongue. So one reason why we were able to save him from that virus is because he's so tame, easy to work with. So it took about 2 weeks for it to run its course. And in those 2 weeks, he lost, more than half of his body weight. And he just wasn't able to get up and eat or drink. He was really weak. And we were able to come out 3 or 4 times a day and give him a syringe with baby cereal and water mixed in it. That way he got his nutrition and he got his fluids that he needed. And also watermelon. So we gave him a lot of watermelon. We hand fed him the watermelon to keep up his hydration. And it took about 2 weeks. If we hadn't been able to work with him the way we were, then he wouldn't have made it through that virus. So a lot of deer, especially wild deer, when they get blue tongue or EHD, they're just not able to survive it. It just takes a long time for the virus to actually run its course and get through their body, and by that time they've already succumbed to the dehydration and stuff. So what you're going to see with him mostly is the tongue, and that's what everybody seems to be noticing in the videos, is his tongue sticking out. And that's just because he's lost control of it. After it came down, after the swelling came down and stuff, the tongue would always stick out. It doesn't seem to bother him at all. He's able to eat and drink just fine now. It's just, it just looks a little odd that he has that tongue sticking out. So with his feet, the way they are right now, he has some trouble walking. He acts like, he's always groggy, or he's always, seems like he's drugged up or something like that. He's just real relaxed. He's real passive. That's just his nature anyway. But, his feet do bother him. And that's just a side effect of the severe case of blue tongue that he had. So we have lost deer on this farm from both blue tongue and EHD, but you know, luckily for us and for him, he was bottle fed and we were able to work with him. So any of the other deer that we have out here, maybe besides Nina and Topaz, I think if they had a problem, we could work with them as well. But any of the other deer that we have, if they got this disease or they got this virus, they would be pretty much on their own fighting it. I mean, we could bring them watermelon, and we could make sure their water is full, and we could do as much as we could, but there's really no treatment for it. There's really no vaccine for it, because there's hundreds of different strains of the virus, and you would just happen to, you know, get lucky if you had the vaccine for that particular strain that you had on your farm. So there's really no way to treat it other than just make sure they have plenty of water and some way to stay hydrated, and hope it runs its course and they're able to survive it. So anyway, I thought I'd try to clear that up a little bit today with what's going on with his tongue, so I don't have to answer a bunch of questions just individually. So I just thought I'd come out here, give you some info on it. You can look it up for yourself and kind of look at the symptoms and look at some pictures of deer that have this problem. I do have pictures of him back when he was sick, but I don't want to relive it, and I don't want to post the pictures here. You know, it's pretty horrible, and you know, we fought it for a long time, so we don't want to look back and see him in that kind of shape. So anyway, yeah, that's a little bit of info on the blue tongue virus and the EHD. Like I said, that happened 4 years ago, and he still has some lingering effects of it, but pretty much he's normal now. Even though, you know, we're not breeding with him, he's not one of our breeders, and that's not because of his genetics or his antlers, really, or anything like that. It's just you know, we moved on to better genetics and bigger bucks, and we're just using those to increase our antler size on our farm. So he's not going to go anywhere. He's going to be here for the entirety of his life. Hopefully it's going to be quite a few more years. You know, they can live 10, 12 years, you know, in most cases if they're taken care of. So we expect him to live a full and happy life, and we'll be bringing as much videos of him as we can. Watched him grow out here, year number 5. Hopefully he gains a lot. Hopefully he doesn't have any injuries in the velvet that causes him to kind of grow crazy. You know, we always have issues with him where he gets into the fence and cuts his velvet, and then that makes his antlers do a little bit different things every year. But looking forward to getting his 5th year going. He should shed out his bases here, you know, sometime hopefully in February like he did last year, and we can get started with 2022's antler season. So anyway, here's a little info on Bo, why his tongue sticks out, why he walks the way he does. You'll notice it on the videos and stuff. So yeah, the blue tongue virus is a pretty bad deal, but he managed to survive it. He's one of the lucky ones, and we have him here to enjoy. So I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll be back.